Hello teacher and hello class. Welcome to our presentation. My name is Trang and today I with Tong, another member from HNT teams, are going to talking about the leader Larry Page and the organization Google. So let's get started. Our presentation includes two main parts. The first one is about organization and environment, and the second one is about Larry Page. So don't wait any longer, let's go! We will go to the very first part of our presentation. It is organization and environment. We will introduce about Google, one of the most famous company around the world, and let's have a short look about the timeline of Google from 1996 until now. Let's have a quick look at the failed decision that Google have. Okay, so first one is when Google sold the Motorola Mobility, and the next one is in 2011 is when they decided to launch the Google Plus. In 2010, Google were banned across in China, and the final is when Google enhanced energy product and they must have to face competition or slow down. And now let's move to the next part. This is about the mission, vision, value of Google. Let's check it out. Google mission statement. Google vision statement. Google value statement. Okay, that's it. And let's move to the next part. It is about the Google organizational structure. Okay, so let's discover. You can see that there is a pictures of Google structure on the screen, and let's we talk more detail about this. Okay, so you can see at the top of the picture there is the board of director, and the lower is executive department, and the below there's some group and function. And according to the knowledge that we have learned, and our team is going to conclude that Google structures is amalgamation of matrix approach and flat structure. Now let's discover the environment of Google. Now let's discover the first part of the external environment, which is the task environment. Customer. We first have the user. There's nearly 4 billion people using Google around the world. It's also the easiest and the fastest. And about the advertiser, Google have large market share which bring more revenue. It is also the biggest platform to use advertising, and they sell ad space through many places, especially they sell through the Google search. Competitors. Well, Google competitors in entertainment is Apple, Disney, TikTok, and Netflix. And in the advertisement is Baidu in China, Amazon, and Facebook ads. Supplier, they manage its suppliers and empower them to do their best. They also identify, evaluate supplier health frequently to solve the problem and recover it. Labor market. Okay, so Google workers are really creative, intelligent, and patient. Besides, Google tries to keep a comfortable workplace. Now, let's move to the general environment. Economics. Okay, so you can see at the screen there are three things that affect to Google economics. It's about because the economic stability of major markets, the rapid growth of developing countries, and a gradual decrease in the cost of renewable energies. Sociocultural. We have increasing use of social media, data privacy, and demographic. And data privacy is one of the problems that most of users concerned about. And about demographic, we have shared the graph of Google that takes us clicks by age, just means that a really play an important role and it's really affect Google. Besides, Google also be affected by the technologies, by the smartphone generation and AI and cloud tech, by the natural, by the force to reduce their carbon footprints and have to tie up with the United Nations. And international is because the international relation. And the final is because the political, one is have the GDPR and the copyright laws. And that is the internal environment. Now let's discover the cultural environment, which also know the internal environment. Now let's discover 7 factors in cultural environment. The first is the core value. Google have this core value in the very first time when it was only a few years old. The symbol is a unique favicon with 4 main colors is red, yellow, green, and blue. Slogan, very, very famous, don't be evil. Story, once a Googler, always a Googler. And logo, too friendly, right? We use this search engine every day. Hero, Larry Page, and ceremonies. Google have special ceremony when it's have their birthday. And on their 22nd birthday, they have a doodle that have a birthday that's really the same situation that we have during the COVID, right? And this slide, we are going to show you some of unique Google Doodle. They are so interesting and a good ways to transfer the information.
And now, let's get started with the introduction of Larry Page. Larry Page was born in 1973 in Michigan. He is an inventor, engineer, and one of the founders of the famous company brand Google. During the years of studying at Stanford University, Larry Page met Sergey Brin, who later became a partner in creating Google with him. They worked together on a research project originally called Backrub. Now, it's the part about analyzing the management function of Larry Page. Now, we come to the POLC framework. Started off, we have planning. Google suddenly announced a restructuring of the organization by establishing Alphabet and moved its subsidiaries such as Calio, Waymo, etc. to there. When seeing HTC financial difficulty in Taiwan, Google quickly grasped the opportunity and bought HTC patents and inside design department. In 2018 and 2019, video has become one of the most useful tools for advertising, so Google decided to focus on changing its video marketing strategy. In the COVID-19, Google has allowed Google Hangout Meet premium features, Stadia Pro version, that are free for users to organize learning, online meeting, and entertainment. Google found that COVID-19 has impacted search ad campaigns of many industries. As you can see from the chart, from January to August of 2020, COVID-19 has dominated almost the interest of the entire society, far beyond searches for news like weather, politics, Google, Facebook, Amazon, etc. Google wants to help users know important information about COVID-19 cases in a given area, so that users can make better informed decisions about where to go and what to do soon. So in 2020, Google Maps releases COVID-19 layer on app. Google's success is the success of a brand. The name Google has become a multilingual verb for search, and that is the proof of Google's influence on global culture. Then we continue with organizing. Page decided to use the cross-functional types of Google's structure.
By using this type of structure, Google can have the characteristic of the organization that they want, and these are product-based definition, function-based definition, and flatness. And our team really impressed with the flatness because it helps to improve the cooperation of employees. Now let's move to the part of Toán.
According to Google, Larry's responsibilities include everyday operations in Google. He also leads the organization in technology strategy and product development. Larry is Google's first CEO. He and Sergey Brin managed to grow the organization to at least 200 employees and achieve high profitability. Larry was Google's president of products between 2001 to 2011. Eric E. Smith is Google executive chairman. He also leads the organization in technology strategy and product development. The hiring process is an important part of Google's culture. Googlers care deeply about their team and the people who make them up. The search engine company also cares about building a more representative and inclusive workplace that begins with hiring. Google emphasizes the passion and ambition of candidates, although they also encourage skillful employees. Innovation and creativity are two qualities that Google sees the most. Project Oxygen's results show that manager quality does have an influence on performance. The project started in 2008 by asking employees to finish a survey. As you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, these are the top 10 behaviors Google's People Innovation Lab concluded that its best managers share. Then we have leading. His leadership is a good example of a democratic and transformational style.
And amazingly, Larry Page has some traits that fit with the democratic style. Is he introvert, integrity, responsibility, creativity, passionate, courage, and fearless.
Larry Page also has a passionate, courageous, and fearless characteristic. He realized problems in human life. From that, he worked hard with a passion to make life better and easier. His interests spread out from health to socio-economic issues. Without fearlessness, in 2009, Larry Page started to invest in making self-driving cars. Now we come to Larry Page's leadership styles. During the early years of Google's foundation, Larry Page was criticized because of the authoritative leadership. In 2001, Larry Page had dismissal of dozens of project managers, which was big news. He did that because he believed engineers cannot be led by non-engineers and not satisfied with their performance. After stepping down as a CEO, Larry Page returned to the role in 2011. The comeback of Page was totally different from the past with a more mature attitude to his leadership role. Page wants to make a comfortable office environment where people can do their best. By that, he can attract more talented people to come to Google and achieve his ambition of remaining one of the market leaders, not only for some years but for generations. Larry Page believes in innovation. He wants to turn the impossible into possible, and that is how Google created. We should be building great things that don't exist. This thinking helped him promote Google's radical seeming projects. Larry Page appears personally interested in harmonizing people's work-life balance to increase their satisfaction while assuming most people have a positive outlook on work. He creates many perks to motivate employees, and one of them is positive corporate culture. In Google, there is a gym for Googlers after a hard working day, a canteen for eating delicious food and drinks, a library with lots of books to read, and they can even bring pets to workplace. No one could think that the place where working in technology, making difficult code, is colorful. Another important thing is salary. Google is well known for a huge salary, with the lowest being around $41,000 per year. Every page uses a contingent reward approach to provide incentive and employee benefits like the title of Employee of the Month to the high-performing employees. Now we come to the final part of the POLC framework, controlling.
In controlling, we will share with you guys some of tools that Google used to evaluate the employee performance, manager's performance. One of that is human resources management. The net is 360-degree feedback in the performance appraisal for the leader to receive the feedback from the employee. And next is the upward feedback surveys for employee to feedback about their managers, and regular one-on-one meetings is really supported at Google because it's put the team spirit. And the final is very famous at Google is OKRs, is objectives and key result. And about the OKR, for those who are interested, we will give you guys a link of Google training about this tool and hope you guys can learn more about OKR. Enjoy! And that's it. I and Tong have just finished our presentation, but before you turn off the video, please take a look at our planet from Google Earth.
And that is the end of our presentation. So what do you guys think? If you guys had any comments, please let us know and we will improve it in our next presentation. Bye!